Hello, welcome to Lamu Tarot. This is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the third week of July 2019. Welcome back, Cappies. For those of you that have been supporting, thank you so much. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe so we can continue to grow our little community here. And this time we are using the Deviant Moon Tarot, and I'll use the Cosmic Tarot for clarification if needed. And here we go. Spirit, what message guidance do you have for our Capricorn friends? And you folks know I do shuffle off camera and cleanse in between reading. It's just I do a little bit of shuffling as I meditate on your energy further, okay? I do a little more shuffling on camera, I mean. Here we go, Cappies. And for whatever reason, I'm feeling a bit like almost timid, tongue-tied. We know we have a full moon in Capricorn, which for partial lunar eclipse coming this week. I myself have my moon in Capricorn, so it's gonna be very interesting. Here we have the Empress, the Ten of Swords, and the Chariot. Okay, very strong energy, very strong energy. At the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Swords, so this is what's facing us right there underneath that Ten of Swords, which is a card of ending, of betrayal, and just, you know, hurt, right? Someone causing physical hurt to cause that ending is the Four of Swords, right? Like all of this, that's the end of it, right? This is the worst of it. It's over, right? And it's so weird. Like these words look almost like nails. It's not even nails. It's like sharpened, like crayons. Yeah, it sharpens crayons that are piercing through every aspect of that person. That are piercing through like the feet, hand, head, heart, like. So someone really is like being nailed, almost like we would say nailed to the cross, right? Nailed in a corner here. And there's a lot of hurt. She's grimacing, like feeling the pain from all of this. It's almost like this pain wasn't caused, it wasn't, these injuries were not to cause death, but to, well, maybe it was. There's one going all the way from the back of the head here. I was gonna say to cause pain, but at least you're going to suffer before you go. But here is the bottom of the deck. Is that Four of Swords, meditating, finding peace of mind, mental stability, rest after that conflict, right? And on the side of the Three Swords of sadness, of sorrow. They've been put to the side, and the pointed down, and this one sword is pointed up. That's the Four Swords of clarity and truth. That's the sword you want to lay with. You have no use for the sadness. That ended. You're putting that behind you. Okay, we have a flipper here. The Five of Wands, of course. There was conflict, of course. There was disagreement here. The Five of Wands, I don't just see it as conflict. That's the actual fight. And for a lot of cases, it's an actual fight. Sometimes it's just disagreement. Like here we see it is an actual fight. It's two people going mano, two men going mano a mano here. Okay, there's the one that fell on the floor. And then with two ones for each man, the fight continues on. It's more of a fair fight now. Someone doesn't have an extra, right? And an advantage on the other. Seven of Pentacles jumped out. This is always such a sad Seven of Pentacles, especially in matters of work, right? Or any situation that you really wanted to grow, that you worked on, okay? That you put real work on, like with your hand, hard work, tangible work. And you really wanted that situation to advance, and here you are sitting there waiting for it to grow, and what you got instead was a fight. Or perhaps it was you fighting to keep that going, because the Seven of Pentacles is for me, it's not so much, it's taking stock of where you are, Okay, you planted the seed, you've been watching, you've been watering them, you know, feeding them, and you're just sitting there watching them go, waiting for the rewards to start coming through, knowing the work is not done yet, but yet you're watching to see how is it progressing, taking stock of the progress. And it's a sad card because we see like some of the ones are still buried. I mean, some of the pentacles, I say ones, I don't know why. Some of the pentacles are still buried in the soil here, and some are coming out a little bit more than others. So the work, it's like there's a fight to the finish here in taking actions in the material world, and perhaps that ending had to do with, you know, matters like physical, like, you know, action taking, something that dealt with your passion when it happened, and it also put an ending to your work, things you were working on. Okay. See what else we have here. And we have to, by the way, the first card we have, we're going around it. We thought that Ten of Swords is so jeering. Like I'm focusing on it so much, but the first card we pulled is the Empress. This is the card of, you know, this is the card of Venus, the card of you know, representing Taurus energy, right? The Empress, and the card of abundance, the card of the ultimate mother, the Empress who rules with the Emperor. So the Empress is sitting in that checkered floor, like, you know, black and white, kind of like balancing things out here. And she's looking behind her. It's almost like there's a sneak attack, like there's something that just pulled her attention. Like she's like, oh, what is this? Like something just startled her, right? Just startled her, that makes her turning and looking behind her. So for some of you, Cappies, during this time, especially during this full moon in Capricorn, and the full moon in Capricorn is calling on you to take stock, of your path so far, because Capricorn deals with order and discipline and the goals, right? Achieving. So what is it that you wanted in matters of abundance, especially in career, whether it's even family, you need to have kids? Have you been doing the work? Have you been putting forth the effort necessary to achieve this, to get to that Empress level? You're looking behind you here. The Empress is looking behind, like startled, like almost like needing to retrace your step. There's a sense almost like of fear here. Like when you're startled, it's like it's fear. If not, then you would calmly turn your head just to look. Here, I sense like startled. Something took you by surprise. Like, right? So it's dealing with these issues there. Taking stock. Again, taking stock of the path so far you've walked. Four of Swords is full moon in Libra. And Libra deals with justice and karma, trying to find balance. And I feel like for a lot of us during this time, we're really going to have to put some end to certain things that we've been wasting our time in. Because we're coming to, no, I'm sorry. This is Jupiter in Libra. Yes, this is Jupiter in Libra. So, yes, we have to find a balance here. We can see that with that checkered floor. Yes, we're seeking for answer. But here it's more like in meditative mode, trying to get to find wisdom. Look at the way the hair have little lights, like they're like little antennas pointed up. That's how the wisdom is coming down, right? Here she has a roses. The Empress have a rose that's wrapped all around her, like she herself is the rose. Like the tail is the rose vines, right? And it's wrapped around her. She herself is the rose. And here in this Four of Swords, we see that they're surrounded by the roses. Realizing that it's all around you. You are the roses. The roses are you. They're all around you, right? And that it's not a decision that you just make once. or I'm out of the woods, I don't have to do anything. It's a decision. It's kind of like going through life. You decide, okay, since you're little, you knew you wanted to be, let's say you wanted to be uh, a preacher, right? And you knew the things you had to do academically, the paths you have to follow, the choices you had to make, the courses you had to take, eventually to become an ordained, pastor, if you will. But you also knew every single day of your life there will be choices, there will be things coming your way. Every single day of your life, there will be a lot of little decisions that you make that will either push you forward towards that path, or that will be almost like a stand on you as you pursue that path, right? If you want to be a preacher, and it's not to be judging, there's a certain set of behavior that you may want to, if you can help it, of course, you may want to abstain from. No, we're not perfect. It's not saying you have to walk a perfect life to become a preacher, a pastor. No. But if you have a choice presents itself for you to steal and not steal, I would assume you would want, knowing that you already know better, you know what you want to do with your life, to be an example, to give enlightenment and wisdom, not give, but at least to help people, to assist people to in that pursuit of enlightenment and wisdom. You would want to not do those like super negative things. If you, when that choice presents itself, your friend say, "Oh, let's go steal that car." There's a moment there you may be like, you know what? I think I may not today. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not just, it's like a bunch of little things accumulates through the years for you to get to that decision. And I feel like there's a moment during this full moon, Cappies, where you're gonna ask yourself, what have I been doing? Have I been walking that path that's gonna lead me towards what I actually want to do, to be? Empress, what do we have here? The Four of Cups. Boredom, emotionally dissatisfied, just, I mean, it's being emotionally stable in a way, because the four or the number of foundation, right, of stability. But at the same time, though, look at him, he's not even looking at the cups. It's like, yeah, I know you're here, like, really? All right, why are you still here? This is moon energy. Moon and Cancer energy here. This is Cancer season, and yes, we have a full moon coming. So there's a lot of things that are going to be coming to the forefront for us. Things we've been putting down, that's been in the shadow, that we have not been paying attention. That's why I feel like she's startled, because those things are going to be are gonna be revealed now. Okay? And even as I studied, I keep stuttering on my word, and I don't know why. I shouldn't, but here I am stuttering. I'm still stuttering on my word. Some of you really it's gonna startle you, like when you start going a little bit deeper. Perhaps it's not even you going deeper. When those things start getting unearthed, the sun is in Cancer, shining the light in that moon, on that moon. The things that have been in the shadow. Six of Cups, look at here. This is Five of Cups in front. She's not impressed. She cannot see that six cup. What's in front of her, what the thing she can see right now is still the conflict. So we go from the 4 to the 6. Things are improving. Things are getting better, but it's as if not everyone is in line yet. Not everyone is seeing that change yet. When it comes to an emotional situation, someone is going to try very hard. For some of you, during this full moon, someone is coming to an understanding, to a high level of understanding. Things are going to be coming to the forefront where someone can no longer stay in a place of, okay, there's 4 cups here, of just not taking action, not engaging, just staying in their comfort zone emotionally, not wanting to take a risk, okay? And it's something, and it's an emotion or an attitude that has brought a lot of sadness and disappointment emotionally to the other party. But someone is gonna try to to rectify the situation, but it's almost they're doing it in a way they're still trying to get away with something here. The Six Cup is behind him. He still hasn't pulled it forward to bring to the forefront. It's as if it's like, if I can get away with this conflict, with that dishonest behavior, I will. But just in case she doesn't fully accept it, then I'll yank out that Six Cup to show her. Cause here she's sitting, she's like, okay, I'll take it, but I'm not impressed. She's not engaged in this situation, cause she has not seen yet that new development. And we have the Chariot. Chariot is travel. Chariot is movement. Chariot is Cancer energy. We are in Cancer season. This is the okay, it's time to go. And you see, she's looking like this, startled, and Chariot is moving that way. Chariot is moving. There's a lot of energy like that, and so far in this reading of people looking the other way now, ready to move on, ready to move to look the other way. And the Chariot, there's a sense of victory with the Chariot too, a sense of like having overcome a situation. And here with that ending, clearly you did overcome something that was quite brutal and quite painful, okay? And it's something perhaps that affected an ending that affected your career, that affected your peace. And this is the Ten of Swords. Is also the Sun and Gemini card. So for those of you Capricorn that either have Gemini or dealing with a Gemini, that have Taurus in your chart or dealing with a Taurus, that have Cancer in your chart or dealing with a Cancer, this reading is even of greater significance. Here, the Wheel of Fortune, time. It's time to move. Travel is in the work here. The wheel is turning. Things are moving. Stagnancy can no longer be right now. And look, the wheel is on the sign of Capricorn. The top part of the wheel. Yeah, this will be Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. So Capricorn is showing up here on the North Node. And I believe the moon is actually in the North Node in Capricorn right now. For those of you that have your North Node in Capricorn, you are on the move. Travel is coming here. And the Two of Wands, usually in the Rider Waite, we see this man standing on top of a mountain, of a cliff, holding the globe in one hand and the one is another, ready to take on the world, pretty much. Ready to take on the world. He is not holding on to anyone's or the globe. He's holding on to himself. So it's almost like some of you are willing to leave behind all of this conflict, whatever was dissatisfying here, in especially in an emotional situation, perhaps with nothing but yourself, the clothes on your back, ready confidently to start something new, to start a new cycle. And your time is now. Your time is now. It's an auspicious time for you. During this full moon in Capricorn, especially if your North Node is in Capricorn. What happens next, Spirit? I'm going to get a little bit more for you, Cappies. What happens next for our Capricorn friends? What happens next? And for some people here, there was a new beginning that never took place. There was something about, in a matter of abundance, that was supposed to take off. An emotional situation, or even that deals with someone from the past that was supposed to take off, that got stunted, that got stopped, that never took place, that got ended because of betrayal. Because there were conflict, there was competition. Someone did not see the blessing. Someone could not see the blessing in the situation. Someone could not see the positive aspect of the situation. especially for those of you that have been dealing with a Gemini. And now finally, the universe is stepping in and finding and giving you the an out to leave this situation, to depart with your dignity. Stepping in. Prince of Cups. Okay. And for some of you, because that what I ask you is what happens next for Capricorns, and having that Prince of Cups here with that, look at this. It looks like, is that a sword? It's like a magic wand coming out of that cup. It's like, this is like manifested destiny. It's like someone is manifesting a new beginning with this love. It's like this whole thing happened and finally someone understand. Yeah, some of you, like, so we have, let me catch my breath here. So like, it's like someone is really manifesting this new beginning right now. It's like a magic one coming out of that cup, recreating that cup, wanting to represent that cup. Because this is not a new cup, this is a Prince of Cups. This is not an Ace of Cups. This is from something from the past, somebody you already know. This is kind of what we saw here from the beginning. Someone trying to bring that reconciliation. But it's almost like it's falling flat. But here someone is very determined to make it happen. That's what happens next. You repurpose that cup with real determination. At the bottom of the deck was the King of Wands. Look at what, like I just noticed. That crown, that headgear, if you will, in that King of Wands is what there's an image in that shows in the lapel, in the pocket design of that Prince of Cups. Do you see the synchronicity here? These two people here are connected. And for some of you, you know that intuitively. You know that this is your person. Yes, you've gone through a lot with that person. There's been a lot of ups and downs with that person. There's been a lot of disagreement. And sometimes I feel like these disagreements are coming from outside. These are thoughts. These are thoughts that are like literally trying to keep you stuck. Like you're being nailed by your own thoughts, by your own excessive thinking, by all those conflicting thoughts. Like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Is it going? Is it going? Like, argument and fighting over what's next, over the plan, over who's in control of this or whatnot. Because having that Prince of Cups and that King of Swords and that King here, look what he has, a rose. Like the Empress. There's a real synchronicity here of the energy. Like it's all connected. And it's like, you know, this is your person. There's somebody here who's very passionate about this person. They know this is their person. But for whatever reason, they're presenting themselves from a point of view, too much ego of like, I'm confident, I'm this man, I want to present myself like this is what I want to be seen. And it's as if like the other person, the other party can't even see the love. They don't even know how you really feel. They can't even really feel the passion. Because you're putting so much of a face up front. They can't even see it. And I feel like going through this Four of Swords energy, finding that moment to rest, to meditate, especially during this full moon time, to get some wisdom, some downloads from your higher self. That's what's going to help you to get yourself unstuck, unnailed, to put an end to this way of relating, to this way of thinking, to this way of being. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so for some of you, there's an issue here. This way of thinking or being, it may be learned behavior. You don't know how else to be. You feel like you got to control every situation. You got to be that person. And it's not helping. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. That's a key word here. A false self mask. It is self-deception. You want to be seen as this. You determined for the world to see you like this. When all you have to do is to show your heart to somebody that really obviously want to be with you, to open up, to be real. You're showing total disinterest to an Empress energy that really, or it's someone else, an Empress energy that's showing you that total disinterest. You're giving like you want to reconcile, but you're not coming full forward with putting all your hands, all your cards on the table. You're still holding back. You want your cake and eat it too. What are you afraid of? Someone told you couldn't, for you to love, to be a man, you got to be all in your ego. You got to be that person. You cannot show emotion. You cannot let her know how you feel. All those things that people say, all these notions. Someone made you believe that conflict and constant back and forth, that's what shows passion. Someone told you obsessing over material. Again, watching your seeds grow, that's the wall of the man. These are the messages that are coming here for you, Capricorn. And yes, it may not be you, it's maybe the other person, your person, that grew up thinking that way, that carries that energy around. Either way, it's not cute. Whichever one of you that has this way of relating, it's just not cute. This is the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. Let's see what message comes through for you. For us. I am a Capricorn moon myself. And it's quiet. It seems like it's gonna be this full moon time. It's going to be very. It's not gonna be an easy energy for us to go through, because it's really gonna ask us to take some time, to take a little bit of a break, to rest, to really take ourselves apart from the masses, to remove all those preconceived notions that we carry with us, all these ideas we carry with us, to just to really listen to our inner selves, to allow those messages from spirit, from our higher self, from our ancestors, to really hear what's important to us. How have we been affecting that change? How we've been walking that path? Because it seems here there's abundance here. There is victory to be had here. There's a real connection here. But the way that you're going about it is completely opposite to what's conducive to making this happen, to allow it to flourish. It's just not helping. It's actually doing the opposite. And that's for all of us, including me. And this time we really need to sit down and take stock of our own behavior and the behavior of the people in our lives that are supposed to be in there, that are supposed to help us to nurture this abundance, to bring in that victory, that emotional fulfillment. How is it like, how are they acting? How are their actions in alignment with all these wonderful things we're trying to create? Are they showing their true face? Are we showing our true face? We can no longer sweep things under the rug after this full moon, because Saturn is about discipline. It's like you gotta face it. You cannot be all in our hand, all in emotions. We gotta lay all the cards on the table here and face it. It's about order. You want this? Okay, so what have you been doing? And how are you gonna get there now? Clearly, this has not been working. Melchizedek at the bottom of the deck. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Clearly, we need more inner study. And the flower of life is behind his head. Higher learning. Angelic figure here. Yes, you have learned from experience. You have learned from some way from your upbringing, certain way of relating, because we have healing family issues here. But there's more inner study. Inner study. You need to know yourself, to know your true inner self, so you don't present yourself with that deceptive face to the world. Whether it's us or it's the people that we are dealing with. Inner study is now required. Not suggested, required for further progress. If we really want to progress along in this path, in this journey, we really need to do the inner work. And we cannot present ourselves a false self, a representative of the self, when you're connecting in such a deep level with another. Because they already know it. Look at her. She's like, okay, you can kiss me, but I know what I know. Okay. You're not showing your true self. You're not giving me everything you've got right now. Joan of Arc is the actual card that came out. Voice of truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. My Lord, speak your truth. Be your truth. Speaking your truth is being your authentic self. It's stepping away from wearing that self mask and presenting yourself as such. That's courage, or Joan of Arc. She was willing to sacrifice herself for her truth, to let go of fear, to join in the battle, to stand strong. Focus on your purpose. That's how it started. What's our purpose? What is it we're working towards? What is it that we're wanting to work towards? And are we doing the things that we're supposed to do to achieve it? This is what's happening for us during this Capricorn moon, Capricorn. And let's not forget, Capricorn is also in the north node right now of the moon. So it's a way of saying this life purpose and following the order, being disciplined about pursuing it is your North Star, right? That's the goal here. That's what we want to pursue. We want to go up. And this is an auspicious time to do so. And I know this is a tough reading, and I'm taking a lot of pauses during as I'm channeling the messages, the energy, and reading the cards. And it's because I know a lot of this speaks true to me too. Okay, and there's no need for you to get upset or for you to take it personally, because it's a general message. If it does not resonate, just keep moving, and perhaps the next one. And for me, this is my moon sign, it's not my sun sign. But this message, I know there's some truth in it for me. And I'm going to take this part and I'm going to watch it again, so I can really pay attention. Because sometimes as I'm going, the messages are coming through. I don't always internalize, even though I'm taking like little pauses here to really get the message out for you correctly. And I know it sounds very strong and tough, but that's the way it's coming out. And we need to hear it. take that little time, okay? We need to take that little time during this full moon to really go deep within, to listen to that inner voice, to do this inner study, to hear those messages that are coming down, so we can stand strong, so we can focus on that purpose, so we can have a new way of relating, a new way of pursuing. This is the message for us, Capricorn. And please come back next week for the next set of reading. And hopefully by then this energy has passed. I am sending you a lot of healing energy. I am sending you, I hope that you take some time alone to meditate, to really quiet your mind, to really do that inner study, to be truthful with yourself, because we have to be truthful with ourselves first before we can be with anyone else. To be authentic, to stand strong in our own authenticity of of who we are and what's important to us as we're pursuing our life purpose. All right. I am sending you a lot of love as always. And please like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. And as always, remember, love is indeed the only answer. Bye.